The degree of which we will thrive in life is the degree at which we are comfortable being uncomfortable. Why is that? Because to thrive, to grow, to evolve into greater expressions of ourselves and, experience more of a greater life that we want to have, it comes down to how much change you're willing to participate with in your life. And that change, a lot of times, is very deep. A lot of times, it's identity shifting, identity changing. It's like a death and a rebirth that's constantly happening. It's so true for me in my own life where my essence is the same, right? I frame your essence as the irreducible part of you. It is the part of you that remains. It came with you into this life. It's a part of your soul and it will leave with you when you are out of here. Every other part of you, your identity, this is all going to be constantly evolving and changing. And what a beautiful thing, right? We are not fixed. We are here to evolve. Our beliefs evolve. Our desires evolve. Our fucking bodies evolve. Our health evolve. Like everything changes in life. So it's really important to get comfortable with change first. And in that change is going to be a lot of discomfort a lot of times. Sometimes it could be really fucking hard, and other times it might just, bully you around a little bit, but may not be as hard hitting as some other moments in your life where you really have to make big shifts. Wherever you are on the spectrum of change right now, on the spectrum of discomfort, I promise you that it's worth going through the process. I'm someone who I've done a lot of big, bold things in my life. I continue to do that. As an entrepreneur, I think it's just par for the course that we are always, always positioning ourselves to, stretch ourselves. Like my comfort zone is on the fucking edge, right? And there's been many moments, pivotal moments of my life where I was on a threshold, where I was truly evolving my identity to become a greater expression of myself. And for various reasons in those moments, I remember how uncomfortable it was. A lot of times it's having to make decisions that are so uncomfortable because they put you in such a deep territory of uncertainty, unfamiliarity. That's a hard word to say, unfamiliarity. But I did it. And every single time I allowed myself to live in that uncertainty and to move that through that unfamiliar territory, it always served me because it really was a rite of passage for me to become the woman that I meant to become, that I did become, that, I envisioned becoming. And this is why getting very clear on who your future self is, again, by way of character, is so important. The goals that we have matter, right? The things that we want to experience in life, the money we want to have, the health we want to experience, the relationships we want to experience, the homes we want to live in, all of that matters. It's so important, but none of that is what makes us who we are. It's always about the person that makes all of that come into life. So when we get clear on the character, what's driving that person to make those decisions that builds that life. When we get clear on that, that's where everything changes, right? So look at this moment. Let this be the moment of you're holding nothing back anymore. That any part of you that is constricting you from growth, you are here to fucking eliminate that part of you. I want to read you something that I posted on Instagram a while ago that just fucking moves perfectly into this episode right now. Let this be the era of holding nothing back, the era that changes everything, the turning point where your intuition leads you, the point where courage shows no mercy on fear, the self-trusting chapter where you eliminate every limiting belief and start building the woman of your dreams, the woman living the life you deeply desire and refuse to settle on. You have to get to this place, and maybe you're already in it. I really hope that you are. Or if not, I hope by the end of this episode you will be, where you're like fed up, where you're not willing to fucking tolerate anything that's keeping you from being that next expression of yourself and from experiencing that life that you truly want to live. You have to get to this place where it's more uncomfortable to remain where you are than it is to go through that process of growth. There is a point, several points in your life where you're going to have to fucking move into that arena, where you're going to have to do everything that you can to allow yourself permission to become more of who you came here to be. You don't want to be the person looking at a life that you desire through like some glass window. Like, oh, that would be nice. You don't want to be that person. You have agency to be that person who is living that life. First, you have to understand who is that person living that life. Then you have to become so connected to the character, the qualities of that version of you that's living that life. And then you start making decisions. Some can be small, some might be big in your everyday life that operate from the person living that life, meaning you're no longer making the decisions from the version that you were. You have to get to this place where you can start making decisions as her, as him, as that version of you. That's the only way that you actually become that person. That's the only way that you actually start building the life that is beyond the life you're living right now, the beyond the life that beyond this life right now, this reality that you're moving through, and get you into the life that you're ready to live.